Moist chicken curry stir fry in under 40 minutes. Perfect for iftar or your weeknight dinners. Hello and assalamu alaikum indulgers. Welcome once again to Ramadan with ET. To begin, we're going to cut up our chicken thigh fillets into bite-sized pieces. I've selected chicken thigh fillets for this recipe because they are beautifully juicy and they're so pleasant to cook. They don't dry up quickly and they maintain the moisture. Go on and add some oil into your heated wok and then proceed to add your onions. Today I'm using a combination of white and purple onions. I've added half the amount of onions to begin with and the rest will be added later on in the recipe. In goes my sliced green chilies. You can totally substitute this with some hot Thai chilies if you want to elevate the spice level. Saute that for about 20 seconds before going on to add the chicken. Once the chicken is in, we're going to season it with some salt, black pepper and some curry powder. I've used Malaysian curry powder, which is my favorite curry powder. It is so fragrant and somewhat mild in flavor, but you can use any good quality curry powder that you have at your disposal. Go on and saute this chicken alongside the other ingredients for about 2 to 3 minutes until the outside is completely sealed. We don't want to cook this chicken all the way through at this point. We just want to seal in the moisture. So remove the chicken from the hot wok and set it aside. Add a bit more oil to your hot wok and introduce those colorful veggies. Today we're using some yellow, green and red capsicums. Saute your vegetables briefly, add a pinch of salt and then go on to introduce the remainder of those onions that we set aside earlier. You don't want to keep this on heat for too long because we want to maintain those bright, beautiful colors and of course a bit of texture as well when enjoying our stir fry. You want them to have a little bit of a bite to them. Remove them from the hot wok and set them aside. Now let's go on to crush our tomatoes. Crush your tomatoes and add them back into the hot wok alongside a bit of oil. Go on and saute the tomatoes for about 4 minutes to reduce any tartness and then go on to add your ginger and garlic paste. Saute for a further 3 minutes to cook down the strength of both the ginger and the garlic. In goes your bay leaf followed by turmeric powder. This is going to add some brightness to the overall dish. Stir to combine and then go ahead and add your dry curry leaves. If you have fresh curry leaves at your disposal, go on and use that instead. And if you don't have any of them, you can completely leave this out of the recipe. Add a few tablespoons of water to your curry base. Allow that to simmer while stirring continuously before proceeding to add your chicken stock cube. You can also substitute this with a shrimp seasoning cube, a vegetable stock cube, Vegeta or any multi-purpose seasoning of your choice. Continue to stir until your seasoning cube has dissolved and then introduce the hot chili paste. I've shared this recipe in a previous video on this channel. Don't forget to check that out. It will be linked in this video and of course in the description below. Once your chili paste has been well mixed in, you're going to want to introduce a bit more water to help loosen up the curry base. Allow that to simmer for a few more seconds before reintroducing your cooked chicken. Since that chicken has been resting, it has released a lot of its juices, which is going to also add to the overall flavor of our curry stir fry. Give that a good stir and go on to grate some jaggery. Jaggery or palm sugar is pleasantly sweet without being too overpowering, so it doesn't completely alter the final flavor of this dish, but just adds a slight sweetness to it. Alternatively, you can use a bit of brown sugar or raw sugar instead. Go on and stir in your jaggery and then introduce the cabbage. The cabbage is going to cook alongside the chicken for its final cooking time. Just until the cabbage has softened and begun to wilt, then you're going to turn off the heat source and then introduce those colorful vegetables that we put aside. Finish by garnishing with some chopped coriander or parsley and serve that alongside some fried rice or some plain rice. I hope you bring this recipe into your homes this Ramadan. Thank you for watching and I'll see you soon in the next episode of Ramadan with ET.
مرحبا